we have to talk about European Vacation. Now,
Haha.
during our coronavirus franchise face-off, we allowed everybody at the end to vote in snubs of franchises that did not make it into our original 16-seated bracket. And we asked people to bring in three movie franchises to include into our list. So obviously everybody wanted Bond. Everybody wanted, I don't know, but somehow
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. And then somehow National Lampoon's.
Yeah, we did not see this coming.
We did not see that coming. So there's National Lampoon's Vacation was first. European Vacation was second. Christmas Vacation was third. And Vegas Vacation was fourth.
And then there's Island Vacation as well.
John had never seen any of them.
Don't ever watch Island Vacation.
Yeah, and I'm not going to count... Weren't there other ones, like, if it was in Van Wilder, National Lampoon? Doesn't matter. Or was that in America? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Those are the four. Chevy Chase in all four of them. Dave and I were geeking out about them because we liked them a lot. I love Christmas Vacation. John had never seen them. He was mad at everybody for voting it in, even though he was happy that there was a comedy on the list, but he was mad. Anyway, I mentioned in that podcast, for the ardent supporters of us may remember, that European Vacation, which I mentioned weeks ago without even being prompted. I had no idea they were going to choose this. And all of a sudden, the first thing I thought was the cold open, which is, it's not technically a cold open because it comes after the opening credit roll, but the opening of European Vacation is one of the most interesting openings I've ever seen in a movie. Now, context. The first Vacation, they go to Wally Worlds in America. It's a drive. They drive there, whatever. So it's Chevy Chase and his wife, and then the two kids who are always different in every movie. They're always Rusty and I forget the girl's name. What's the girl's name? Audrey. But the actors are always different. This one, I was like, okay, cool. So Vacation was good. Now they need to go to Europe. How are they going to get them to Europe? It's everything, right? Christmas Vacation, it's basically like, come on, the family's coming. Let's go get the tree. How are we going to get them to Europe? You know what they do? They put them on a game show, and they don't even announce it. The movie just opens with a game show called, honestly, I don't even know what they said.
It's
Pig in a Poke?
Yeah.
Pig in a Poke, right? I wrote down, I said, is it Pig in a Poke? I can't even understand what they're saying. And they go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pig in a Poke, where we have the Griswold family. And they're all dressed in pig costumes. And they're going up against this other family. And the winner of this weird-ass game show, which is similar to The Price is Right or Family Feud or whatever.
They do take some pot shots at those hosts, too.
They take some pot shots at all the hosts. It's very satirical. It is like an SNL a bitch.
Yeah.
The host makes out with Clark Griswold's wife. Clark Griswold is Chevy Chase.
His daughter.
Makes out with her, and then his daughter, who the whole time I'm like, whoa, is she 18? This would never fly post 1985.
No, she's not. She's not 18.
Yeah.
Long story short, surprise, surprise, they win the contest, and then the prize is you get to go to Europe. That is one of the most interesting ways of getting a family to go on their European vacation imaginable. And then the rest of the movie, because they're contest winners, like all of their reservations get fucked up because the whole thing comes back to this weird ass game show. It is so funny. I thought it was a really interesting way of getting over there, and I thought it was brilliant. That's basically what the movie's about. They go to London, then they go to Paris, then they go to Berlin for Oktoberfest, and then they end up in Rome. 4 cities in Europe, the Griswolds. Who wants to go for? Also, I love anybody listening to this podcast. I love a short, tight comedy. This is 95 minutes tops. This movie flies. After the game show, we're talking about 70 minutes, 4 cities. Yeah. Bam, let's fucking go.
70 minutes of it is good.
Oh, Dave. Okay, forget it. This is a positive film podcast.
Kick it off, Dave. Yeah, Dave, hit it.
Oh no, John's gonna shit on this too. Go fuck yourselves.
Look, I tell you what, it's like I do love this. All these films, I have a special place for them. European Vacation, about I want to say 60 or 70% of the comedy aged well for me. But it definitely has a who's who of British comedy in this, and I grew up on British comedy.
Yeah, Eric Idle, come on.
I mean, Eric Idle. They almost cast Rick Mayall as well, but he was deemed not famous enough.
Jesus.
And a lot of Americans probably wouldn't know who he was. Look up The Young Ones, guys. You'll love it. Yeah. The guy.
So you're talking about the guy who keeps getting hurt
Yeah.
Is that the
No,
guy?
that-
Yeah,
That's
that's
Eric.
Eric Idle. It's Eric Idle,
That's
but
Eric Idle.
it was they originally wanted
Very
Rick
funny.
Mayall, but the studio said he wasn't famous enough.
Aw.
The guy in the bathroom when she's in the bathtub and Clark
Yeah.
Clark walks out and the other guy walks in and she thinks Clark's still in the
He's like-
bathroom and she's like coming onto him. That is a very, very young Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Oh my god, I didn't even recognize. That's
Yes.
Robbie Coltrane.
Dude,
It is.
thank you.
It's a young Hagrid.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Thank you
doesn't
for
say a
telling me
word.
that.
Right. And it's like,
Silent moment, yeah.
and I swear, like there's some amazing messages in this. It's like no dad listens to their family and gluttony is good. And everyone who's ever had their photos leaked on the internet can fuck right off because this movie warned you in 85.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
there's
what?
that's
If
the
they-
one, and sadly, that is the one piece of plot that exists in this movie.
If I get the same kind of promotion that she got for my snuff film, then I don't think I'm going to be too ashamed. She had a billboard. She had them shit plastered all over Italy. La Donna Noziona.
Yeah, John didn't have a snuff film till he went to North Carolina, so just...
No, it's coming out soon. Dave's cutting it
Guys.
together right now. I thought this. I had a fun time. Dave, are you? I want to keep going. Dude.
I
feel
thought
like
she
you've
just
seen
had a
this-
lazy eye.
My God.
I mean,
right,
okay,
so
hold
this is
on.
my-
You guys are insane. On the way to Europe, the stewardess asks Clark if he wants a Coke. And he says, yes,
Would
I
you
would love
like-
a Coke. And he says, would you like that in the can? And he looks to the bathroom and says, no, I'll have it right here. Like, come on, that's kind of funny.
It is.
And then
it is
he
a great
gets,
gag. But that's the thing. Like the screenplay is it's about an hour of individual sketches. Like they are ridiculous on the
Yeah,
plane. They're
very
ridiculous in London.
It's
they're
National
ridiculous-
Lampoon was a comic book.
But it's like after about an hour, the sketch nature starts to run out of steam, and you realize there's really no plot or goal in this movie except they're moving from country to country and acting like an asshole.
That's it, though. The thing is that each city gets less and less time because they know they got to start moving it. So Germany's good. By the time they finally get to Germany, well, first of all, they get to London and he gets in 3 car accidents within 10 minutes. All right, like within literally on the way
Yes.
down the street, he's on the wrong side of the road, obviously. So a little bit of dumb, cheap humor, and then he just starts getting in all these car accidents. He hits people, cars, fountains. He doesn't know how to use a traffic circle. Simple stuff.
The
But by
traffic
time you get
circle
to
gag is
Germany-
amazing. I love the traffic
Yeah.
circle gag.
By the
Like
time
I'm
you
saying,
get to
I love
Germany, which is
the
the
first hour of this. It just kind of wears out after that.
By the time he gets to Germany, he gets up to like an Oktoberfest thing. He's wearing lederhosen, and somehow the German dance turns into a huge fight where Clark gets thrown from the stage. He says, me and my family are looking for sex because he heard that the word six is Zex and he doesn't know how to pronounce it. He has a family reunion with somebody else's family. There's funny stuff in this. You
There is
goddamn
funny stuff in this.
sourpusses.
And that is all the funny stuff. And then it stops.
Yeah. Yeah.
John,
No, I'm glad you said. So this is
Like
my
one
first
of the
time
funniest things
watching
one of the
this.
funniest things in this movie was when they're like, we can do the Louvre in 15 minutes, and I'm watching it with my wife and she was fucking horrified. So like she lives to go to the Louvre and they've just said they're going to do it in 15 minutes. It takes like 7 days to do that venue.
Dave, that's the joke. Is it a ha-ha, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen joke? No. But they said, oh, we got 15 minutes. We got to see this. And it's like, okay, well, they're going to go full Ferris Bueller at the Louvre. Move it along. I don't want to see them spend an hour in the Louvre, personally, watching this movie. So do it in 15 minutes. Get the fuck out of there. Let's go. We got to move. I'm totally
There was
fine
a
with
whole lot
that.
of-
Just saying, Ferris Bueller did it.
I think that was first of all, I didn't know John Hughes wrote this. I thought that was very interesting. I didn't know he was involved with these stories. I didn't realize he wrote
He actually
these.
did like money, believe it or not. He loved money.
Dude, that
That's
guy was
not
crushing it.
inaccurate.
Didn't he have something else come out this year that's huge? Anyway.
16 Candles came out the year before. And Breakfast Club, duh, yeah.
Yeah, Breakfast
Yeah,
Club.
Breakfast Club. Yeah, he was killing it, dude. So this is also a Amy Heckerling film. So she made Clueless, Look Who's Talking.
Yeah,
and
she did
Fast,
well.
Fast Times, Ridgemont High.
She made some
She
great
put a lot of
films.
tits in this movie. There are a whole lot of naked women
Yeah,
in
there's
this movie.
that-
This is-
that's
this is
that
what
in
I'll say.
France.
That depends what channel you watch it on.
Oh, true.
I did like
French
that one
scene gets
moment.
cut.
Did you guys laugh where Chevy clearly says fuck and they just dub in?
I
Gosh
have a
darn
note.
it.
I have a note for that. Darn it all. Yeah, his tire blows out, and it like they dubbed in "darn it all," but you can clearly
part of the
see him
fun.
lean back and just let loose with, "Oh fuck."
Fuck! I wish they would have. I think I would have laughed harder. So this is. I had a fun
Well,
time.
that, I mean, that was so they could maintain their rating because, like, I believe
Yeah,
this
they
was a
needed
PG
the
when it was released, and you're only
PG-13.
you're only allowed one fuck in a PG-13 movie.
Well, they should have used it, dude. I don't think they used it anyway.
No, they used it earlier because his wife dropped one.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. When she got upset with the La Donna Nozione.
Yes.
So I had a smile on my face the whole time. I did. I did not. I enjoyed this. I had a good time. However, I think I do agree with Dave that like the way that Chevy's comedy usually works that I love so much, which is why I love Caddyshack and I love his character in Caddyshack a lot. I feel like when this movie would set up the jokes, I was laughing. Like, come on, kids, we gotta see the museum closes in 15 minutes. I started laughing. And then the actual execution of the gag was not as funny to me. I felt that way about all the clothing montages. There's a whole lot of montages of them like trying on stuff and seeing things. The setups were always funnier to me than the payoffs because I think Chevy in his world that he creates kind of lives in that dry kind of you figure it out kind of comedy. Like
if you don't get the joke, like, fuck you.
Yeah, but I did. It was
we've
fun.
already used up our fucks for this podcast, right?
This is not a PG-13 like podcast. There's an explicit warning.
Him getting upset in the circle. What's it called? Jesus.
The traffic circle.
The traffic circle.
The traffic circle.
Or in other countries, a roundabout.
That was funny. Yeah, roundabout. I definitely laughed when he, with the dancing and when that girl again, she was topless for no reason at all. But when she was like, they haven't rung that bell since the last hanging or whatever that line is.
He was 17 at the time.
Wow.
And so they couldn't actually film that scene in America.
Wow.
It was okay.
The girl, Audrey had to have been 18 though, right? Because she got made out with by an 80-year-old man.
She had to be.
Oh my god,
that was gross.
So.
That was what I also thought about it. I just have to say it since we talked about Raul Julia. That actor is the original Gomez Addams in the Addams Family sitcom on CBS. The guy who played the game show host. So I kind of want to watch Addams Family now that I just watched Gomez Addams make out with a fucking 14-year-old and Raul Julia make out with a gay Argentine prisoner.
Okay.
Where I'm at. I don't know, you guys. What are you feeling? How much is there to say about this movie? Get
out of there. There's some funny shit. Okay.
There is some funny shit.
We didn't finish the gag. The gag John was talking about where he's making out with this European chick and she just for no reason just takes her top off and then the bell starts ringing and she goes, uh-oh, they haven't rung that bell in hundreds of years. And he goes, what does it mean? And she goes, someone's going to be hanged. And Rusty goes, Dad!
That's funny.
Or what about this? What about at the dinner table?
That was funny.
At the dinner table where come on.
But the problem
is
dinner table like the one time they kicked in a plot was
we're talking over each other.
Epic sequence.
Say it. Yes, thank you. See, that was as far as it should have gone for me with things like that. Like I thought that Germany sequence was the best it got. When they got to Italy and they introduced a new plot.
Yes.
With the whole that was like, what are they doing? It was just so unnecessary.
Yeah, that's why they finished the movie so fast. That movie ended quick.
Yeah, I don't know. It was not good, you guys. I'm just gonna say it was.
Come on, it's a fucking comedy. You're sitting here talking about plot. It's a fucking comedy.
That's fair.
I know, but come on. I've rewatched. I've rewatched some great comedies multiple times. I don't think I'm not going to feel a need or a desire to rewatch this.
Bridesmaids had a plot. It wasn't a good one, but it had one.
You hate on Bridesmaids. We already did that 2 weeks ago. Hey, European Vacation, when they're at the table and they're talking about, did you see this in Paris? Did you see the Louvre? Did you see the Eiffel Tower? And they're like, no, we mean to, because you find out, because as the audience, that the American couple in Paris is just having sex on their honeymoon for the whole time.
Dad, he's got his hands on her tits.
says, hey, Dad, he's got her hand on her tits. He's like, Rusty, leave him alone. French culture is, they behave differently to whatever. And then Rusty goes, hey, Dad, I think he's going to pork her. And he goes, he's not going to pork her, Russ, just to eat your lunch. And then he looks at her and goes, well, he made pork her just to eat. Come on. That's funny. The dad and the son are saying
I'm not
he's going to
disagree.
pork
I'm going
her.
to disagree with you because as anyone who listens to this podcast know, I did that scene with my dad in a restaurant for real. So, yeah.
No, I totally understand. Dude, of course I agree with you.
You look for the next gag. That's the thing with Bridesmaids. We love Bridesmaids not because we give a shit about the plot or whether or not she's going to end up with the Irish cops. No, but I mean collectively as society. People say Bridesmaids is so good. Why is it good? Because of the gags. They don't care about the plot. They really don't care if Rose Byrne is gonna have her like if she's gonna come to at the end of the movie. They don't care. They just want to get to gag, and they want the best setup possible. The highs aren't as high as modern comedies for sure, with the exception of the few lines that we've said, like is it a porker, the German thing. But for the most part, it's just, you watch it and you say, what's the next thing? That's what it is. And you know what? I thought it was pretty entertaining.
I know, you're right. It just felt super choppy to me. But I did want to ask you guys, because I haven't seen these movies. What's the funniest one if I wanted to get my best?
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation is the funniest.
Also, because the first one, and the first one's probably
it's pretty good.
First one's in 83, so it was like it's about as dry as European Vacation, but it's a little bit simpler and it's more straightforward because there's a plot. John, oh my god, they're on this one singular family vacation and they actually have a purpose for it. This one, it was like they won a game show and so therefore they're going. They gave every character some backstory. They did the best they could to try to hype it up, but for the most part, it was an excuse to be funny in Europe. I'll give you that.
Shout out to Jack, aka Johnny from Karate Kid.
Oh yeah,
Karate Kid, 1984.
No.
Yeah,
he was the boyfriend, Jack.
Yeah, he was Jack. Yeah,
barely. He was talked about a lot in the movie.
Yes, appeared for like 15 seconds, but he's
the daughter's boyfriend who may be like cheating on her because she's in Europe for a whole 2 weeks and he can't not cheat on her.
What was that line? Is our relationship?
I feel like our relationship's strong enough to consider seeing other people.
Strong enough to consider seeing other people.
Like he was in the movie for like a total of 60 seconds and he still managed to be really fucking funny.
And he got a vote. At their initial
yes.
Oh yeah.
Deciding who's
they were
be
voting on whether or not the
Griswolds.
whole family would have to go to Europe, and they gave him a vote.
That was pretty funny when the dog jumped off the Eiffel Tower. There were some funny gags.
Yes.
This is one of those movies, though, that I know what you mean, Jeff. I'm not disagreeing with you, but this is one that should probably only be watched in a YouTube reel. I don't think you should ever sit down and watch this movie in its entirety ever again. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, it's not worth it.
There's Buckingham Palace, kids. That's where the Queen lives and works. Works? What does she do, Dad? She queens and vacuums. Come on.
I bet that read really well on the page. They were like, "Oh, that's a good joke, John. Good job. Funny writing."
I'm laughing at it right now. It's funny.
Yep.
Yeah,
it is pretty funny. Like I agree with you. All the gags at the beginning of this movie worked. It just ran out of steam about 60 minutes in.
Anyway, let us know what you guys think. You all voted for National. By you, I mean you, motherfucker, listening. But also collectively, our audience decided that National Lampoons deserve some consideration. So tell us what you think. Tell John and Dave they're assholes.
I wish we'd done Christmas Vacation. It's so much
Christmas
better.
Vacation was not 1985. It wasn't 1985.
I know, but I wish it would get.
Also, right now we're still in July of 2020 in this year that will never end. We're just gonna fucking live in a time loop forever.
Yes.